Hey everyone, it's me Bailey and welcome back to my channel. So today's video we are going to be creating my dream home library. So if you guys didn't know, a couple of years ago now I bought a house and I turned this front bedroom into a office slash library, and I have been absolutely in love with this room since my mom helped me set it up and decorate it and everything when I first moved in. But over the past couple of years, in order to make this room, I feel like a real dream library like I wanted and imagined, there is carpet in here and it needs to go. So I recently placed an order for some LVP flooring. It will match the rest of the flooring in my house, but my dad is coming over to rip up the carpet and put the flooring in for me. So with that, I am going to have to take everything that is currently in my office out. That includes all of the books on the bookshelves, as well as Navy's dog bed, his toys, this chair, my desk, my computer, my TBR cart, the bookshelf that's in the closet, along with all of my journaling stuff, and anything that is in this closet currently has to go. And so the biggest project is probably going to be the bookshelves. So I am planning on taking these bookshelves and repurposing them elsewhere in my house. I will probably put the square ones in my closet and the actual shelves in the garage, just so that way my dad can have somewhere to store some of the things that he needs in the garage with the shelves. But I need to start taking the books off of the shelves. So at the time that I'm filming this intro clip, the flooring has not come in yet. It will be here a week from Tuesday. So today is Sunday. So in about 9 days, the floor should be in, and I'm assuming my dad is probably going to get started once it gets here, I'm assuming, but that's only if everything is out of the room. So obviously these on the wall, these pictures on the wall, those don't need to come down or anything. They're not going anywhere. So those will stay. The mirror that's over here and the light above the mirror, that'll stay. So anything on the walls should be good. It's just anything that is on the floor, anything on the shelves in the closet should be good. Just anything that is physically on the floor. So with that, I am going to start slowly, little by little, since I am still actively filming things, going to start taking books off my shelves. So I have actually started lining some books up in the hallway. I did film my Q1 book haul. So when I pulled all the books down for that, I did end up just, instead of putting them away on the shelves, I just put them in the hallway. So now I'm going to start pulling some of the books down on these shelves and putting them in the hallway as well. I'm not going to do a lot today. I'm literally just going to do, I think, my Zodiac Academy shelf, and that's it. And then I have some like book of the month / aardvark books on the bottom down here that I think I'm going to do. And honestly, that's it. I'm going to slowly start taking books out and putting them in the hallway. And so yeah, I'm just going to start filming as I go. So that's kind of where we're at for now. And I, of course, will update you, I guess, once I have some updates. I don't know. I feel like this vlog is going to be filmed over quite a long period of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Zodiac Academy books and these books down here on the bottom and put them in the hallway. I cleaned off the 2 shelves that I wanted to and put them right here. So these 2 stacks right here are what I did today. These are what I've done previously. So most of these are from my Q1 book haul, and then all of my Twisted Sisters. Not all of it, because I do have like other books that aren't a part of like the Zodiac Academy universe by them, but all of my Zodiac Academy books and the Ruthless Boys series are here, and then the book of the month / aardvark books that I wanted to grab are here. And I literally think it's so funny that just this 2 series alone are literally the height of like the other stacks that I've been making so far, but I am going to continue to just build onto this. I'm hoping that I can fit all of my books in this area. I'm gonna have to start kind of stacking them, but the light switch isn't too far from where the books are right now. So I'm hoping that I know I can get one more stack of books right here, and then I'm hoping to obviously stack them up. And if I need to, I can start stacking some books like right here in this little area here if this isn't enough room. So that is the plan for now. I don't know if I'm gonna clean off any more at the moment. I might do the ones that are on top of the bookshelves right now because there's not a whole lot up there, and I don't think that I'm going to end up reading any of those anytime soon. So I'm thinking I might go ahead and grab like all of my Shadowhunters books, my Legacy series, my Ember in the Ashes series, and everything that's up here, because I did already grab the Boys of Tommen series and pull it down. So I think that's what I might tackle next. Here is the before of my office. So I did forget to show this to you earlier, but so you walk in the door and to the left you have my monthly book stack with this mirror and this light. This light literally doesn't work anymore. I've tried charging it and it just doesn't work anymore, but this is where I do my monthly book stack, where I put every book that I read for the month in order to do my picture at the end of every month. And then this first shelf down here is my books to haul shelf. And then I have some books that I need to donate to a little free library. And then at the very bottom are boxes for Pango orders. And then of course we've got my reading chair with my side table for coffee and things, with Navy's toys underneath, Navy's bed so he can look out the window. Next we have my TBR cart that I'm only somewhat using as a TBR cart. Mostly it's just holding my bookmarks and annotation supplies. It is actually a mess. And then my 12 for 26 TBR, as well as some book sleeves, a keyboard where my TBR Land game lives, and then some Ellen Hildebrand books down here. And then we get into these shelves themselves. So this is kind of what they look like. We've got my rainbow organized romance on this side with my wrapped books for the unwrapping my TBR video. So those books are from that. And then this is the shelf where my Zodiac Academy was. I had the Ruthless Boys on the side of the plant and then Zodiac Academy stacked this way. And then down here were those book of the month books that I got the other day. And then of course my book of the month shelf, my Addicted series, the Twisted series, some Kennedy Ryan, and just white colored books. Some fantasy right here, and then we get into more fantasy, of course. These middle shelves pretty much are all fantasy. And then down here at the bottom are books that I am unhauling and that are currently listed for sale on my Pango. And then again, we've got some more fantasy. I did obviously have books at the top up here that I've since taken down, but we've got more fantasy here on this shelf. This is my Helen Scher shelf for the most part, minus these 2 books. And then we've got more fantasy. We've got some hardcover fantasy here. And then down here are just some books that I wasn't really sure what to do with, and some books that I am thinking about unhauling. These are ones that I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to unhaul just yet, so I am still hanging on to them for now, but I potentially will be unhauling these. And then my other rainbow shelf side, this is a mix of romance and fantasy, just organized in rainbow order. And then down here I do keep my other dark romances with this, but since they were in my book haul, I did go ahead and move them to the hallway, so I probably will go ahead and move these as well. And then this is some young adult that I have here, And then again, just more young adult down here at the bottom. Then of course you have my desk and my chair, which this is very messy at the moment, but we've got my TBR, my camera, some treats for Navy, some tissues, my monitor, my laptop, and just my desk. And it does have these 2 drawers. So it has a drawer on the side. It has this pull out for my keyboard and stuff, and then a drawer on that side as well. And then this chair. This rug, I will be putting it outside on the patio because it is absolutely disgusting and gross. Navy has absolutely made this rug so dirty, so it will be going outside on the patio. So it should be the perfect size for that. I did want to come on and give that tour really quickly before I did start actively taking down the books from the shelves, because I did want to make sure that I had kind of like a memory to look back on what my shelves used to look like, because I have had them like this for a while and I will be changing them once I get my new shelves in. So did want to show the before, and yeah, so now I'm gonna probably start taking the books off over the next few days, and then we will start moving the furniture out. And then hopefully this time in the next week or so, my dad will be here installing the floors. I am expecting him to install the floors while I'm at work, so I doubt that I'll get any footage of him doing that. So it'll probably be no floors and then floors. It's been a couple days since I last updated, and I've been in here pulling some books off the shelves. So I wanted to give like an update on what I've done so far. So my stacks are really starting to stack up. So I've had to make a few additional stacks, but this is what the shelves are looking like so far. I have been wanting to kind of keep the top semi-filled just because I am still actively filming, but slowly those books are going to start coming down. So this is what the shelves are looking like so far. So essentially anything from like the middle up I have not touched. So all of these are now gone. This was like green through black of the rainbow. My Zodiac Academy, some book of the month, my SJM shelf is still there, and like my hardcovers right there are still there, but my unhaul shelf and some like nostalgia type books, those are all moved. I'm gonna have to figure out where I'm gonna put that for now, but so that's moved. This will probably be next, these 2 shelves. Then of course the rest of the rainbow on this side, and some like dark romance and young adult that I had down here has also been moved. So as far as the book stacks are concerned, so this stack here is all books that I'm planning on unhauling and are currently listed on my Pango, except for these 3 right here. I still need to list those. And then the stacks over here. So I don't think I'll stack these anymore just because they are starting to get pretty high, because as you can tell, the light switch is right here and it's only a few books from the light switch. So this stack can probably have a couple more books on it, but the rest of these I'll probably just leave as they are. So here is the first few stacks, and obviously I'm still going. So, and then my other stacks so far are here, so there should be a little bit more room right here for it to stack some more, and then obviously this can go a bit higher. But I will say this one is starting to kind of wobble just a little bit, so I probably am going to need to rearrange the books in this stack before it gets too tall, so that way none of it starts to fall over. I took my TBR cart and Kindle holder and put it over here in this corner, so this will stay here for now. I did take my TBR for the month off of my desk and have put it in my bedroom under my TV for right now, so that's where it's going to sit until my office is ready to be re-inhabited again, and once we put everything back in it. So I'm hoping to start move a little bit of the furniture out here in the next couple of days, and by that I mean like this short shelf right here, I'm hoping to move this out because I should be able to move this out by myself. And then of course the chair will probably have to stay. I'm not sure if I'll be able to move it by myself or not, but this little nightstand I can definitely move by myself, and navy stuff. My lamp, of course, can be moved. And then I'm pretty sure I could probably move the bookshelves by myself once I get everything off of them, but I'm not sure. And then obviously like the chair, it has wheels on it. This chair has wheels on it, so that'll be fine. And I could potentially move the desk on my own, but I don't know. I'll have to see. I'm gonna try and get as much out of here as I can, because I do want to go ahead and get the rug on the back patio. So I'm gonna try and get as much moved as I can without my dad. So we'll see how that goes. I want for him to come over and be able to get started right away. Like, I don't want him to have to worry about trying to like move furniture. Like, I want to do that already. And then the other rooms, which, I mean, obviously we're not really gonna get into these, but we are redoing the floors in here as well. But obviously there is a lot less furniture in here, so there's literally just this nightstand, the bed, and this dresser, and then of course like the stuff that's like in the closet. But this is mostly like pillows. Obviously we've got a few books in here. Most of the books are up here, but I'm planning on hopefully, like, when this gets taken care of, hopefully I can move this blanket and get more books to kind of take up more space in this area. So, which in this, these are like books that are like kind of nostalgic to me, and books that I just don't really want to get rid of. But I didn't want them on my shelves. So that's why those are in there. And yeah, so that is progress update for now. I am going to continue moving some books out. Will I continue today? Not sure. I feel like I've done quite a lot today, so I think I'm just gonna leave it for now and work on it some more in a few days. Like I said, as of right now, I'm in no rush, just because a week from today the floor should get here, so I still have 7 days until the actual materials arrive. So not in a rush, but thought I'd give that little bit of an update, let you know how the stacks are coming, and I will talk to you again once I have another update. It's been a few days since we last talked, but I'm about to finish getting all of the books off of the shelves in the office, and so let's go ahead and roll the clip. So turns out I have way more books than I thought I did, so there's still a lot to go. Here are all of my books stacked up. So we've got 4 stacks here. We've got another 6 stacks here, and then we also have 6 stacks here. And so these are all of my books now that I have stacked them up in the hallway, and now going into the office. Literally all of my shelves are empty, and it's so crazy to see. I haven't had, like, this has not been empty since I moved in, which is so crazy. I did go ahead and take this shelf down, but yeah, we've got empty shelves. Now I'm gonna work on potentially taking the cube ones out, and I want to get this rug out of here because this rug is so disgusting and gross. And so I'm going to go put it on the back patio as like a little outdoor rug now, because it's definitely gotten its use, and I feel like it'll be good to be an outdoor rug now. But here are my empty shelves. Oh my goodness, it's like, it feels so crazy to think that I'm like redoing this room, but I'm super excited and excited to see how it's going to end up turning out. I might go to IKEA today so I can place my order for the shelves that I need. They probably will have some in store, but I want to get some skinny ones, I think. And so I don't know, but I also too might wait a couple days on that. We'll see. But yeah, so that's the update for now, and I'm gonna try and get this rug out of here. Okay, so this is the new layout that I'm thinking for the office. So have my desk over here in front of the window, probably put my TBR cart potentially right here, or like get some sort of additional TBR style cart or something, and then put the lamp that was right there back, and then have these shelves here, have my reading chair here, and then we'll have more shelves on this wall. So right now I think I like this layout, but I'm not sure if this is the layout that I want to go with, because I just feel like the room feels empty. And I feel like previously when the desk was like caddy corner right here, the room felt a little bit more full. But I think too, because one, there's no books in here, and there's not currently any shelves on this wall, that I'm like overthinking it. But and then obviously like this will stay where it is, and I think this is just kind of like the vibe for now. I don't know, and if I hate it, like I can always like change it, but for now I think this is the vibe that we're going with. But I'm about to sit down for a minute because I'm tired. I just ate lunch and I need to sit down and let it digest because I'm hot now. The flooring should, fingers crossed, be here tomorrow, and I did go ahead and order my new shelves, so those will be here on Saturday, and I am so excited, you guys. Like literally, I am literally so excited. Oh my gosh. But so I did just get this in the mail, and if I decide to keep my office in the current layout that it is right now, I got what's in this box for this corner right here. So I'm going to open it and put it together and see how I like it in this corner. I know, like, obviously a lot of the things that are in here right now are gonna have to come out. So I know that even if I do set this up now, it is gonna have to come out. But this is just a small thing. I do still really need to tackle this closet right here. There's not like a whole lot in there. It's mostly just like a bookshelf that has like my arts and crafts and those kind of things on it, but the thought of like having to take all of that stuff off, I don't really want to have to deal with that. So I am probably going to put that off for as long as possible. Let's go ahead and open this box. So this is one of those like LED stick lights, and it says that it has 16 million colors, so love that. But I bought it for this corner by the desk over here. So let's open it. I'm hoping this is gonna be taller than I think it is. So it came with this itty bitty baby Allen wrench and some screws, and then of course the user manual, and it comes with a remote and an app. So that is one of the reasons that I did pick this one, because it came with an app, and I'm hoping that I can connect this with Alexa and that it can work alongside her. I also think that this one has a speaker, which that was not my intent when purchasing this, to make sure that it came with a speaker, just because I do have an Echo Dot in my office already, so I don't necessarily need an extra speaker if this does come with one. But if it does have speaker in it, then honestly not mad at it. So far it's looking like it's pretty easy to set up. It's come in like 5 pieces, and then here is the remote, and so pull out the little battery protector. And I did just buy some more of these little batteries for my food scale for when I make my sourdough, so I should have plenty of batteries for this. And this is the plug. It just plugs in right here. Okay, so this is the corner that it's gonna go in, and I definitely am going to need, okay, so I got my little extension. Okay, so it's working. It's working so far. These little bitty screws are a freaking pain in the butt. Okay, so this is all screwed together. It's one big piece. And now I'm just going to place it. Okay, it worked. bricks. So now I'm probably just going to like download, let me cover the QR code, download the app and stuff. That way I can sync it to Bluetooth and have the ability to control the colors better. But honestly, that was a pretty easy like setup. It was just the base and then the 4 pieces with 5 screws, but you really only needed 4 screws. I guess they just give you an extra one in case you lose one. But yeah, I'm going to try and play with this for a little bit and see if I can get it to work well. So yeah, I'm super excited. And let me like put it where it's gonna go so I can show you. Okay, so the plan is for it to literally go right here. Right here is my Alexa. And then of course the lamp, and it's pretty tall, which I thought about getting one to go here when my reading chair was over here, but I never ended up getting one. But I think I like this here, and if I like it a lot, then I might grab another one to put in this corner over here, but we'll see once we get the bookshelves in. Plus I am planning on having my lamp back right here, and that lamp does have a color changing light bulb in it, so I can match the colors, and it's and it'll be fine. But got that new addition, super excited about that. So wanted to show you, and hopefully the next time I'm talking to you, it is to show you what the floors are looking like. So we've got some good news, some bad news, and some not so great news. So the bad news, my floors did not come. They literally did not come, haven't shown up. It's been 4 days since the original delivery date that they were supposed to come. They are not here. They have not been delivered. I contacted the place that I ordered from, and they were saying now that 2 weeks was just an estimate and that they weren't actually going to be delivered in 2 weeks, that they could, but they probably weren't going to be. And it's literally just been a whole thing. So I'm still waiting on the floors to come in. It's been over 2 weeks since I placed the order. So I'm hoping in the next few days, I'm hoping at the beginning of next week, they can come so my dad can come in and install them for me. So unfortunately, I'm stuck with my books sitting just randomly because I've also taken some stuff out of the office. So we're stuck just with my books just sitting until the floors can come in. So that's the bad news. The good news is my Billy bookcases have just been delivered. So I had them put them in the garage. So here are all of my bookcases. So that leads us to the not so great news. The bookcases that I ordered, the configuration that I ordered actually came with extenders. So I ordered extra extenders that I didn't need. So I have too many extenders that I'm not gonna be able to use. So I will have to take these back to IKEA. So that is the not so great news. But the bookcases are here, which I fear is the most exciting part of this whole thing, is that I now have my Billy bookcases that I've literally been wanting for years and years and years, and I'm so excited to put these together. However, because I don't have floors, they're gonna have to wait. But I am gonna go through the boxes to see what I can take back. So I ordered 4 long shelves and 3 skinny shelves. So I only need that many extenders, and I have 7 long shelf extenders and 7 skinny shelf extenders, I think, because this box has 4 and I think this box over here has 2. So I have 6 skinny shelf extenders, which I don't need. And then of course the hardware that comes, because I did get one of the corner pieces. So one of my coworkers did say that she would buy 2 of the extenders from me. So I'm gonna put 2 of those to the side for her. And then the rest I'm planning on taking back. But they came, they delivered, they dropped them off in my garage. So I have all of my Billy bookcases here. Now I'll just eventually need to put them together, which that will get done no time soon, just because we don't know when the floors are gonna be here. So hopefully those floors get here you know, in the next few days. So then that way my dad can come in, get started. He can put the floors in for me, and then I can go ahead and start building the bookcases and putting my books back on the shelves, because I hate that my books don't have a home right now. So, but anyways, that is the update. I have to go. I'm going to get ready for a baby shower now. So I will talk to you guys again once I have an update on the flooring, and hopefully my next update is that the floors are done. So it has been quite a long time since I have updated this vlog, but good news, my floor has arrived. So it came in a couple days ago. My dad went and picked it up today, and he just dropped it off at my house, and he did just leave. But I will say we have been busy, but it really didn't take us that long. So all we did so far is rip up the carpet. So we officially ripped up the carpet in the front room. So there's literally nothing in here. It's echoing so bad because obviously all of the carpet that dampens the noise is gone. So now it's just empty. But I do still need to go in and sweep up everything from in there to make sure that the floor is clean. So that way on Monday we can put the floors in. I also did get all of my IKEA stuff, which you guys know. And I did put the bookshelves that were in there in the garage. So I'm so excited to get the floors. So I thought I'd give that update. There probably won't be any filming of putting the floors in or that kind of thing, just cause like my dad is one of those types of people that he like doesn't want any type of like interruptions or distractions, and that would, filming him trying to put the floor in, that would be a distraction, and I don't want him to get, you know, upset or anything like that. Not that he would be upset, but like yeah, I don't know, I just don't want to provide any distractions while trying to do, because he very much is like a get in, get it done, get out kind of person. And so if I'm trying to set up the camera and film, that's like obviously not gonna work for him. So I'm not going to probably film him, you know, trying to put in the floors or anything like that. But I did want to give the update that the floors are now officially here, and we have ripped the carpet out. So next is to put the floors in, and then we can build the bookcases and get my books back on the shelves. That is like the thing that I'm most excited for. So I'm thinking I might just take Monday off, so that way I can stay home, help him, and then I can, I mean, he can do it by himself, but I'm thinking if I stay home Monday, help him, then I can get the bookcases built, and then I can go ahead and start putting the books back on the shelves. So that's exciting. Thought I'd give that update, and I will talk to you guys again once I have another update on some more of the progress. I feel like it's been so long since I last talked to you guys, but tomorrow is the day officially that the floors are going in. So my dad is coming over tomorrow morning at 8 or 8:30 to install the floors for me. I'm so excited. As you saw from the little montage clip that I took a little bit earlier, I did spend some time today building all of the extensions for my new Billy bookcases. So this is one less thing that we will have to do tomorrow. I did end up having to order one more shelf. I ordered another skinny one, which I'm actually so upset about, because I literally ordered too many when I originally ordered the shelves for me to then have to turn around and order one that I already had, but I returned it. So literally hate that, but I am going to be able to fit 8 Billy bookcases in my office. I'm super excited about that. I have already like put the configuration together to double check and make sure that it fits like I'm wanting it to, but the final bookcase won't be here until Monday. So that is when my office, library, book room, whatever you want to call it, will officially be complete Monday once I put the shelf together and it's been delivered and all that. But I probably won't keep you guys in suspense for that long. I'll probably go ahead and put these bookcases together and where they're gonna go, put all my books back, and then that'll just be probably the end of the video, because I know that I'm not gonna have enough books to fill all of the shelves, because I'm going from 5 bookcases to 8, and then 5 shelves per bookcase to now 6 shelves per bookcase. So I am going to have so much space, so much room, and definitely don't have enough books to fill all of the shelf space that I'm now going to have. So that's super exciting, but I did want to pop in, give that update, let you guys know. I'm gonna see if I can get some clips. I did take that one little clip of him changing the light, which I forgot to tell you because I feel like I haven't talked to you guys since then, but he did, and I can show you, but my dad did end up taking, so I had what everyone considers a boob light. They look like this. So these were the lights that were in my office slash book room, and then the guest room in my house. And so he ended up changing the lights to fans. So now there is a ceiling fan, and it comes with a remote, and you can turn the fan on with the remote. So that is the ceiling fan situation. So I did get a clip of him like taking the other light down when he was doing that the other day. And so yeah, now I'm gonna try and see if I can get some clips of us like installing the floor potentially. I don't know how much help to him I'm gonna be. I definitely can do the bookcases probably better than I can do anything with the flooring. So I'm probably just going to do a bit of work from home in the morning, but then take the rest of the day off. So I am going to put it on our like work calendar that I am out of office tomorrow. So I'm gonna try and get up early tomorrow and do a bit of work before he comes over. That is the goal and the plan for tomorrow. I'm so excited to finally be able to have shelves again. It's been almost a month that this has been going on, that my books have been sitting there, and I literally am so excited. I can't wait to get my books back. I'm definitely going to organize them by vibes, so we'll see. But thought I'd give that update, and I'll talk to you guys probably tomorrow once we have some progress made. The floor is done and it looks so good. He did such a good job. My dad did. So it's the same floor that's in the rest of my house, but he did go ahead and finish the front room today, and now I'm in the process of building all of the bookcases, and that is taking me a while. So far I've only built 2, and I still have 5 bookcases to go. So I'm probably gonna be doing this for a little while. So I'll probably throw in a time lapse here in a minute of me building some of the bookcases, but I did already put 2 of them up, minus one of the extenders. So here is the floor, the new floor in the room. Obviously it's very echoey in here because there's nothing in here. But here are my bookcases so far. The extenders are literally the perfect height. So now they will go to the ceiling. And I will say these bookcases are more shallow than my other bookcases were. Like these ones aren't as deep, but I am fine with that. I don't really mind that. But they are wider, so I will be able to get more books on them lengthwise. But I'm so excited. So I'm not gonna talk too long just because I do need to get to building. So it is currently 3:04. So we're gonna see how long it takes me to build the rest of these by myself. I feel like the hardest part is going to be getting them from the garage into the house. So, because these boxes are heavy and I'm the only one doing it. So let's get to it, and I will update. Hopefully next time you see me, I will have all of my bookcases done and ready to start putting some books on them. Okay, time for a reveal. So I finished all the shelves, put all of the extenders on, and I have started slowly kind of moving some things back in. But here they are. Oh my gosh, literally, they look so good. I'm obsessed. And they're floor to ceiling, which I love. And I do have one more shelf that's gonna come to go right here. It's gonna be another skinny one. But oh my gosh, it looks so good. And then I'm thinking I am gonna keep the reading chair here. And then I think I will put my desk back in front of the window like it was. I'll have my TBR cart. There will be another shelf there, my TBR cart, my desk, and yeah, so like literally it looks so good. I'm obsessed. I literally cannot wait to film in front of these. I have to get all my books back up, but I don't know if that's something that I'm going to be doing tonight, just because that's a project in and of itself. So I might end up starting that tonight. We'll see. But my main priority is to try and move my desk back into the office. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do next. I have my dinner cooking in the air fryer, and yeah, y'all, I'm tired, but I'm gonna try and keep going. I've been watching Law and Order, so I'm just gonna keep on going until it's time for me to go to bed. I know I'm gonna sleep so hard tonight, probably because man, oh man, did that wear me out. And people that, you know, build these shelves by themselves, I hope I never have to do this again, because that was actually awful. That was awful. So anyways, I'm gonna go so I can try and move this desk in. And hopefully once I'm finished with everything, I can give you guys the final overview of what everything looks like. And then I'll probably do some sort of montage of me organizing the book or something. So we'll see. I don't know, y'all. I'm tired. Okay, so it's been probably a few hours since I last talked to you, and I started like sorting the books, sort of. I want to do another rainbow situation. I don't know how exactly, but I'm gonna try and do another rainbow situation. We'll see how that ends up working out. I'm so tired. Oh my gosh, I don't even have a coherent thought. But I wanted to give the update that I'm pausing for the evening. I know I haven't filmed anything since putting the shelves up, but I don't know. I just started like doing it, and I was like, if I don't do it, then I'm gonna like sit down, and then I'm not getting back up. And so now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit down, and when I sit down, I'm not getting back up. So I'm about to get ready to go to bed because it is Tuesday. So I do have to go to work tomorrow, and it is getting kind of late. So I'm gonna leave it where it's at for right now, and I will probably work on it some tomorrow. There are a couple shelves that I did take from my last organization of the way that my shelves were that I liked the way that they looked, so I would like to keep them sort of that way, but the rest of it is just kind of a gamble. I told myself that I was gonna like work my way from the center out, but with the way that the books are stacked in there, it's kind of hard to do that. So I'm just kind of like bringing them in and kind of like putting them where I think I might want them to go, and just doing it that way. I'm really just doing it based off of vibes. I have no real plan as to how I'm planning on organizing things. So I just know that I've got a lot of space and I've got a few books to fill it with. So I'm just gonna continue working on this over the next few days, and hopefully I can report back with a completed bookshelf, and then hopefully my office and book room will be complete. So I'm definitely hoping to have it done by this weekend. Also too, I'm sure this vlog is probably getting so long at this point. Like I literally only have 14 minutes left on this SD card, so I probably need to get it together. But anyways, so that's all for tonight, and I will update you again whenever I have another update on the room. All right, I am home from work now, and I did a little bit more this morning before leaving to go to work, but I'm about to finish bringing all of the books back in here. So I'm gonna set up a time lapse, I think, to get me bringing all the books back in, and then we'll see what I do about the reorganization part of it. I feel like this video is probably so long at this point just because this has taken a lot longer than originally anticipated. I was not expecting this video to take dang near a month to film. So I am thinking that I'm probably just going to time lapse the rest of me setting everything up, bringing all the books back in, organizing everything, and then I'll go give kind of an overview at the end, I'm thinking, just because at this point I'm ready to just get everything where it's gonna go. I'm a little bit less worried about the aesthetics of filming this video than I am to getting everything back in the proper place on the shelves so I can clean in there, because the books have been sitting on the floor for a month, so I haven't been able to properly clean around like where they've been sitting. So that is like what the next priority is. I did go ahead and put my book stack, my monthly book stack back, and the shelf that it sits on, so that is now back where it needs to go. I do have some books that I put on my desk because they need to be cataloged into my Notion, but other than that, everything else is free reign. I'm gonna come in here and try and organize to the best of my ability. So with that, I'm gonna set up the time lapse and I'll talk to you hopefully once everything is complete and the books are going to be where they'll be for now. I have changed into some more like movement friendly clothing, and I'm going to start organizing now. So I brought all of my books in here. All of the books are here. So now it's time for me to just organize them. I wanted to do another rainbow shelf. So I wanted to do like the middle rainbow and then go that way with the romance stuff. So we'll see how that ends up working out, and then have like a little section for like my very small lit fic collection, mystery thriller collection, and then like dark romance and that kind of thing on this side, and then everything over here is like fantasy. So I'm going to try my best. Obviously, of course, my book of the month shelf is done and complete, and that's gonna stay where it is. I had literally the perfect number of book of the month books to fit up there, so that is perfect. I do also want to figure out a way to display like Quicksilver special edition and like Diary Bound special edition, so gotta figure that out. So yeah, now is the organizational part of the video. I'm probably gonna catalog this stuff in my Notion really quickly so that way it can go up on the shelves. We'll see, but yeah, so let's get into it. I am going to do another time lapse, so talk to you again hopefully when it's done. We have my book of the month shelf. So this is all of my book of the month books, and they are organized by rainbow book of the month label. Next up is an empty shelf. Then we've got most of my Cassandra Clare books. So all of the Mortal Instruments, the Infernal Devices, the Dark Artifices, and the one Last Hours book that I have. Next starts the rainbow romance shelf. So this is just the beginning of that, and these are my hardcover romance. Then we've got two empty shelves. Now instead of going across, we're gonna go down. So we've got an empty shelf here. Then we get into most of my fantasy books. So this is my Fourth Wing copies, just some young adult fantasy and some adult fantasy, just kind of based on vibes. Next, we've got my Zodiac Academy and Ruthless Boys series. Then we've got my first SJM shelf. Then down here at the bottom, we've got 2 young adult shelves. These are mostly young adult fantasy, but there is a young adult romance in there as well. So again, the top shelf is empty, and then this one's just random. This is not going to say this way, but it's got the House of Devil series and Riftborn, Duskbound, and the Ascended series. Then we've got my white fantasy books, so the Ember and the Ashes series plus a few other fantasy books that are also white. Then we've got my Helen Shure shelf. So these are the 2 series that I own by Helen Shure, the Legends of Thesmar and the Ashes of Thesmar. Then we've got my second SJM shelf with all of my paperback copies. Next is a random hardback shelf of like fantasy books that just didn't fit anywhere else, so those are right there for now. Obviously this is going to change at some point. Then we've got a blank shelf down there with nothing on it. Next is my special editions of Quicksilver and Direbound plus some fantasy tall paperbacks. Then we've got some fantasy short paperbacks. Then we've got some more tall fantasy paperbacks. These are just kind of organized by vibe and color, sort of. Then we've got some short fantasy paperbacks. And then we've got all fantasy hardcovers. And then another empty shelf. So again, this right here is just the romance shelf, and it is in rainbow all the way till you get to purple at the bottom. So that's what that looks like. And then going over, we have my more colorful romances. I just felt like these looked really good together. I liked the way that this looked, and I am definitely expecting to get more like Megan Quinn books, so I'm expecting this shelf to kind of expand some. And then next we have just my random romance books that were left, and I did end up organizing this in alphabetical order by author. So if you start here and go literally all the way across, these are just the rest of my romance books that didn't fit anywhere else, so these will also move eventually. Next, we've got my white romance books, and so this will hopefully shift as well as I hopefully get some more white romance books. This right here is my dark romance shelf, so it starts with like some dark rom-coms, and then it goes kind of into like dark romance. I know that the American Prince series isn't exactly dark romance, but it fit there, so that's where it's going. And then below that, we've got the start of my romantic suspense shelf, and then we've got an empty shelf here. We've got an empty shelf up top. The rest of the shelves at the top are empty. So then we've got the Hunger Games series right here. Again, the romance in alphabetical order. This is R through S. This right here are my special editions. I do expect this shelf to grow, obviously, as I continue to get subscription boxes from them. Next is my literary fiction shelf / historical fiction shelf. Not many books there. Then we've got my mystery thriller shelf, and there is not much on this. And then at the bottom down here, we've got some Christmas romances. Coming back up here, we've got my Boys of Tommen series and the remainder of the romance on the shelf right here. This is S through Z. And then we've got 3 empty shelves. And then at the bottom down here are books that I am potentially looking to unhaul at some point. I do still need to catalog all of these books here, so these will eventually go on the shelf somewhere. So the shelves will shift, obviously, as I continue to get more books. And then these books right here are just my TBR for the month of May. So I will probably be reading through those this month as well. But these are what my shelves are looking like so far. I am not in love with them, I don't think. But obviously as I continue to get more books and things start to shift and change and all of that, then hopefully the more I will grow to like them. And I think it's always hard when you reorganize your shelves because you get used to them being a certain way for so long, and then to reorganize them and now you're like, I don't know if I like the new layout or not. So it's definitely going to have to grow on me, but I am super excited to have so much space on my bookshelves now. And I'm also getting another bookshelf next week sometime, so that'll go in here as well. So then that'll be an additional 6 shelves. But honestly, I am so beyond grateful to be able to create my own in-home library, and I am so excited to film content in this room and to continue to grow my collection and continue to talk to you guys about books. I am having the best time. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. I will have all of my social media linked in the description. If you made it to this point in the video, leave the construction worker emoji to let me know that you made it. And with that being said, I will see you in my next video. Bye.